Okay, college football season is practically knocking down the door, isn't it?
It really is. You can almost feel the excitement building.
And, you know, with it comes that high stakes, totally chaotic game of predicting who's going to rise and who's going to, well, spectacularly fall.
Yeah, it feels a bit like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded sometimes.
Huh. But with more shoulder pads, maybe. Look, today we're going to try and cut through some of that noise.
Good plan.
This deep dive, it's basically your shortcut to getting properly clued in on the 2025 college football futures. We've gone through the insights from top sportsline experts Thomas Cassell, Bruce Marshall, Jeff Hockman. They've laid out their best bets.
And these guys really dig deep. They're looking past just the headlines.
Exactly. Our mission here is to arm you with some surprising facts, some unique takes, get you totally up to speed fast, maybe even give you some serious bragging rights with your friends.
Always good.
And hey, just quickly on odds, when we say something like plus 4,100, that's a real long shot. A $100 bet wins you $4,100 if it hits.
Right. Big payout, low probability.
And then something like Mutter 190, that means you got about $190 just to win $100 back. Much more favored.
Makes sense. Risk versus reward.
Got it.
Okay, let's unpack this thing.
All right. So what's compelling is how these experts, they really look for value, not just the obvious picks. They're dissecting coaching changes, schedules, all of it.
Yeah, speaking of value, or maybe just,
Yeah.
wow, Cassell has this jaw-dropping prediction. The Miami Hurricanes at plus 4,100 to win the CFP.
Whoa. Okay. Plus 4,100.
I know, if that somehow hits, I'm buying everyone here a very, very tiny plastic yacht. What's the thinking there?
Well, his rationale points to strong lines, O-line, D-line. He sees their quarterback as a solid, game manager type.
Okay.
And the kicker, their defense just has to get better after last year, right?
Yeah, nowhere to go but up, maybe.
Pretty much. But that early schedule is intense. Hosting Notre Dame, Florida, then going to Florida State. That stretch tells us everything.
Make or break, sound like.
Absolutely. If they somehow navigate that, it could really shake things up. And then Cassell doubles down on the boldness, doesn't he? Alabama missing the CFP. Again, plus 142 odds on that.
Yeah, for the second straight year.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you stop and think, especially with a program like Bama.
So what's the logic? Is it just the post-Saban transition or?
It's partly that, yeah.
Right.
But he really focuses on the quarterback transition. The idea that they might be a year away until that elite recruit, Keelan Russell, is fully ready.
Okay.
And then you pile on that brutal schedule. Road games at Florida State, Georgia, South Carolina, Auburn, plus Tennessee, LSU, Oklahoma at home. It's relentless.
Wow.
It kind of raises that bigger question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are even the Giants facing more turbulence now with, NIL, transfers, all the changes?
Yeah. Maybe consistent dominance isn't quite the given it used to be. Okay, let's zoom in. Conference champs. Sometimes the best value is right there.
Definitely.
Big Ten first. Cassell's pick is kind of surprising. Penn State at plus 230 over Ohio State and Oregon.
Yeah, and his reasoning boils down to one word. Experience. He sees Penn State returning more proven talent, while Ohio State and Oregon are dealing with, younger guys, new faces in key spots. It's a bet on continuity.
Makes sense in a shifting landscape. Okay, SEC.
LSU, plus 600. Cassell flags that as strong value.
Yeah. Why LSU?
He actually sees them much closer to being the third favorite, right alongside Alabama. And the big reason, they have the most experienced starting quarterback among those top contenders.
That continuity at QB is huge.
It can absolutely be a game changer, especially in the SEC.
Okay, ACC now. Clemson leads the pack at plus 110. Hoshman points out they lead the nation in returning production.
Yeah, that's a key stat. 86% back on offense, 75% on defense. Returning production just means, how many experienced players, especially starters, are coming back.
Right.
And you combine that with Dabo Swinney's track record. What is it, 10-plus wins in 12 of the last 13 seasons?
Incredible consistency.
Exactly. That continuity makes them tough, even if they had a bit of a dip last year.
All right, let's talk Heisman hopefuls, the ultimate wild cards. Get ready for this one. Blake Horvat, Navy QB at, wait for it, plus 40,000 odds.
Wow. Okay, 40,000.
Is Bruce Marshall just, pulling names out of a hat here? Or is there actually a chance?
Well, Marshall's not usually one for random darts. He points to a pretty favorable schedule for Navy.
Okay.
And remember, an Academy QB, Army's Bryson Daly, actually finished 6th in the voting last year.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
So, look, the Heisman is often about the narrative, isn't it? If Horvath has a monster season, Navy pulls off some upsets. You never know. It's a reminder that unexpected stories can happen.
Fair enough. A slightly more grounded long shot, Thomas Castellanos, Florida State QB, at plus 6,000.
Yeah, Casal likes FSU as a potential big improver, and Castellanos is key.
So the thinking is, if FSU upsets Alabama in week 1,
Boom, his odds plummet. He put up great numbers last year at Boston College, remember? Over 2,200 passing, over 1,100 rushing, 28 total TDs.
dual threat.
Exactly. And now he's in Gus Malzahn's offense. Could be a breakout year.
Okay, let's quickly hit some win totals. The nitty-gritty. Air Force over 5.5 wins, negative 190. Two experts like this one.
Yep. Huckman notes 3 returning O-line starters, plus a really easy schedule. I think it ranks like 119th in the country.
Wow, that helps.
And Marshall adds that Coach Calhoun's teams just don't usually have back-to-back losing seasons. It speaks to program stability.
Then the flip side, Marshall University, under 5.5 wins at negative 164. Two experts on this, too. Why the pessimism?
Well, this is about instability. Casale points out the new coach, Tony Gibson, inherited a roster with, get this, 62 new players.
62? How does that even happen?
The previous coach left and apparently took about 20 players with him via the portal.
Oof.
Yeah. Marshall quipped the team might need name tags in fall camp.
Huh. I can picture it. That's a massive challenge trying to get that many new guys to gel.
Totally different situations. Air Force and Marshall U stability versus, well, chaos.
All right, so wrapping this up, we've covered some really fascinating, sometimes pretty wild predictions from the experts. CFP long shots, conference surprises, Heisman dark horses.
Yeah, lot to chew on.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Think about how these insights, these different angles, might shape how you see the season playing out.
Definitely. And it leaves you with that question, right? With all these unexpected calls and deep dives, what's the really surprising storyline, or which dark horse do you think is going to capture everyone's attention this year?
Something to ponder as we wait for kickoff. That's all for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.